Games happened on 24th, February 24th. The first game is the New York Knicks beat the Washington Wizards in DC, and Julius Randle had a huge game, 46 points. RJ only played 27 minutes, which is interesting. Some of the minutes, maybe Josh Hart will be eating into some of the RJ Barrett's minutes the rest of the way. So let's just keep track. If RJ is not getting 35 minutes tonight, he's not a must roster in category leagues 100%. He had 14 points, which is okay. When Randall goes off like this, the rest of the team, nobody really did much. They didn't really provide a lot. Randall, what a game from him. 7 threes, 7 for 7 from the free throw line, 2 steals, 46 points, 55. The Wizards just couldn't stop it. Mitchell Robinson, a steal and a block, 12 rebounds, good enough. Jalen Brunson had 13 points and 9 assists, which is, a pretty bad game for his standard lately. Quentin Grimes is, yeah. And Josh Hart getting decent minutes, but, is it guaranteed that he's going to get 25 minutes tonight? And I don't think him playing 27 minutes, he's not a must roster. So when playoff comes around, he's a guy for sure we could drop. But we could stream him when Knicks got a good schedule. Same thing with Emmanuel quickly, just streaming option. And then we look at the Wizards again. Really bad game for Daniel Gafford. Had 4 personal fouls in 12 minutes. I think we still roster him. He's had some foul trouble, but again in the playoffs, if you don't need the blocks, you don't need the field goal. He's a drop. Kristaps Porzingis had 2 blocks, 23 points. Continued to be amazing this season. Kyle Kuzma had 23 points, pretty good. Bradley Beal also had an okay game. 8 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks is decent. And as long as he's playing, you can't really complain too much. Danny Advia on this team is a lot of guys that you could stream actually. Danny Advia, Delon Wright, right? Delon Wright, especially in 20 minutes, he put up 15 points, 5 threes. Usually he's not going to score a lot, but 2 steals, 2 blocks, yes, he can do that. And Monty Morris had, usually he give you 4 or 5 assists. Could stream him for assists, but that's really it. Let's go to the next game. The Cleveland Cavaliers lost the Atlanta Hawks put up 81 points in the first half, I think. And the Cavs supposed to have a really good defense. Darius Garland, huge game, 33 points, but only 2 assists. Added 2 steals, 7 for 7 from the free throw line with 4 threes. Donovan hasn't been good. For majority of other than the first month, he has been very, very average, I would say. After he scored 71 points, he's still 17th on the season, averaging 1.5 steals. So he's still getting the steals. But in terms of scoring, yeah, he's dipped a lot. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley both played okay. But, when you play the Atlanta Hawks, you're supposed to score more points, have a better offensive game. And then this game is just weird. Karis LeVert, who got 30 minutes last time, no minutes. Ricky Rubio only 12 minutes. Lamar Stevens. So really, after the trade, Kevin Love, really nobody is really fantasy relevant on this team other than the 4 main starters. Nobody really has any upside when someone gets hurt. For the Hawks, Sadiq Bey has been starting on this team, played 20 minutes. Had a decent game, 19 points and 5 threes. For sure, he's a streamer for 3 and points on this team. But Bogdanovic only played 22 minutes because, now they got Sadiq Bey. They also had, played Jalen Johnson 22 minutes, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to hold on to Bogdanovic for a few more games and monitor his minutes. If minutes is bad, then he's a drop. Because, they got a couple new guys coming in. Trey had a pretty good game. Same thing with the Juan Murray. Trey went to the free throw line 15 times. So free throw merchant for him this game. 34 points and 9 assists. They're all pretty good. When they put up 136 points. The next game, my God, the Miami Heat. They have no offense. 99 points versus the Bucks. It wasn't even close. Because of the blowout, all the minutes are pretty low. And Kevin Love, we got to think about picking him. For sure, we got to think about picking him up. Roster him. I think he's almost a must roster, right? They really need some offense, offensive power. Defensively, they're good. So Kevin Love can really provide that. Spacing, rebounding. Maybe not that good defensively, but they got a lot of good defenders on this team can really cover him when he gets beat. So he's a must roster. 8 rebound, a steal, and a block. Added some defensive stats too. He usually doesn't get them, but maybe sometimes in a new defensive system, he can provide a little bit more. Ben Adebayo, 18 and 7, Tyler Hero, and Kyle Lowry is still out, which sucks. As long as he's out, Gabe Vincent is we could have him. And Victor Oladipo came back. We could also stream him for some defensive stats mainly. For the Bucks, wow, Giannis left the game. Hopefully it's not something serious. He only played 6 minutes. He had a right knee injury. Okay. Oh man, that's not good for the Bucks. We'll see if if anything serious, because he had a wrist issue. Now it's a knee issue, completely different. Maybe they should just rest him before the playoffs. Rest him a little bit more. The Bucks, standing wise, they're in a good spot. Second. Oh my God, they're on a 13-game winning streak, so they do have a little bit incentive to try to get the first seed. They're hot, and then Chris Middleton is still not even 100%. So they're really clicking right now. Joe Ingles coming off the bench, 18 minutes, can contribute a little bit. He's actually a plus 23. Drew Holiday, 24 points, pretty good with 5 threes. So if Giannis is out, like guys like Bobby Portis should get a pretty good bump. Javon Carter also could be a streaming option too. I mean, he's been starting. This game he took 17 field goals, 11 points and 8 assists. So we could think about streaming him, and Grayson Allen maybe get a few more shots. But hopefully Giannis is all right. Let's go to the next game. The Charlotte Hornets. Wow, they got a win over the Timberwolves, 121-113. So we have Kelly Oubre Jr. back, played 23 minutes. We can keep an eye out, because once he ramps up, he can come off the bench, get around 30 minutes, and put up 15 shots a game. So if you need points and threes, he could be the guy, and he could provide some defensive stats. So give him a few more games. If you want to pick him up now, I don't hate it. But if he's not getting 30 minutes, then it's perfectly fine. Just drop him or just leave him on the waiver wire. LaMelo had 32. LaMelo has been playing really well. Second half push, great. And Terry Rozier not so much. 9 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. A pretty horrible game. PJ Washington and Gordon Hayward had but they both had it going offensively this game. I haven't seen that good of a game coming out of Gordon Hayward forever. 27 points, 13 rebounds with 2 steals and a block. With 2 threes, pretty good stuff. PJ Washington with 20 points and 8 rebounds and stealing a block with 2 threes. Amazing stuff. And Mark Williams, he's still a must roster. Let's not do anything stupid. This game, they decided to go with Nick Richards a little bit more. But yeah, let's not drop Mark Williams. For the Timberwolves, they lost at home. Anthony Edwards played 40 minutes. Where's Cat? Still nowhere to be seen. So continue to ride with Kyle Anderson. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks is really great. But he went 0 for 3 from the free throw. That happens sometimes. Mike Conley seems to be fitting okay in this team so far. 15 points and 2 threes. Rudy Gobert actually has been getting a lot of defensive stats. Maybe Mike Conley's help. He's got a little bit more motivation now. He's got an old friend on the team. 10 points, 1 steal, and 3 blocks is not bad at all. And Jaden McDaniels, lockdown defender, stealing a block, 11 points. He's a really good defender, but in terms of the defense, getting the defensive stats, he's not getting that many, which sucks in fantasy. Nikhil Alexander Walker also coming in and played 25 minutes. Wow, he wasn't getting minutes on the Jazz or on the Pelicans. We haven't seen him playing in a long time and getting 25 minutes, so he can put up numbers if he's given 30 minutes. The next game, wow, the Brooklyn Nets got absolutely destroyed. 87 points scored, 131. Claxton, I think after the trade, Claxton hasn't been playing that well. The minutes isn't there because they got a lot more deeper. So, also this game was a blowout. So, the trade deadline thing maybe screwed him over a little bit, because before the trade they were kind of thin, right? They got to play the starters really huge minutes. Now it's like they have so many guys they can't play minutes. They can give Cameron Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith just going down the line, right? Spencer Dinwiddie had a horrible game, 2 points. Ken Thomas played 30, had 22 points. Yeah, it's just a bad game, so we can just move on. And Mikal Bridges, who's been balling, also had a pretty rough night as well. Everybody on the Nets did. For the Bulls, Zach LaVine, 32 points. Nothing else. 4 threes is good. 70% shooting, pretty good. I mean, his second beginning of the season, he wasn't. He was struggling quite a bit. Maybe just playing back into game shape. Lately, he's been really good. Pretty solid. Putting up numbers. Yeah. DeMar DeRozan, 17 points, is still on block. It's okay. And would you look at that? Patrick Beverley is starting over Ayo Dosunmu. Wow, maybe because with no Lonzo, last year with Lonzo, the Bulls were a decent team. At least in the regular season, they got destroyed by the Bucks, but in the playoffs. But maybe it's something new. Now they get a point guard like Patrick Beverley and Alec Caruso, so that really helped their defense. Because Vucevic, get destroyed a lot in the paint. So if you don't have perimeter defense, it's kind of team is not gonna function well. Vucevic also had an okay game. And Patrick Williams actually came off the bench. Interesting. Some interesting rotation changes. The next game is the Oklahoma City Thunder lost to the Phoenix Suns. Yep, Shea was questionable coming in. It was a back-to-back. I don't think anything is serious with Shea. Hopefully not. So of course, a couple guys that we should pay attention to. Isaiah Joe is the beneficiary with Shea's absence. So let's go stream him for points and threes if Shea ends up missing more time. 20 points and 6 threes. Yeah, the guy can really shoot threes. Jalen Williams played really well as well. 22 points, and Jalen Williams played 27 minutes. And with Shea out, Josh Giddey has been so disappointing. With Shea out, he only plays 25 minutes and just didn't do anything. Lou Dort got 17 points by taking 17 shots. Kendrick Williams able to get a few minutes, but it looks like Isaiah Joe. They're giving him the minutes with Shea out, at least for this game. So next game, if Shea continues to be out, you need some points and threes because he does have the upside, because OKC really offensively, Giddey hasn't been that great. For the Suns, they're going to get KD back and they're winning games. CP3, only 6 assists. Devin Booker, 25 points and 8 assists. Pretty good. Ayton. The defensive stats are coming, so that's great. Maybe he's more motivated now that you got KD on your team, playing harder on the defensive end. 1 steal and 2 blocks, pretty good. Torrey Craig and Josh Okogie. Okogie has been playing pretty well, and let's see if what happens to his minutes. If you already got him, just continue to ride it out. Another pretty decent game, 15 points with 2 threes and 7 rebounds, and can provide some defensive stats as well. The next game, Houston, no Jalen Green, no Kevin Porter Jr. They went to the Warriors, and no surprise, they got kind of destroyed. And Ty Washington Jr. got 33 minutes. Sure, we could stream him if Jalen Green continues to miss time. He seems to be starting and getting the minutes. Give you some points and threes, some assists, a little bit of everything. Jason Tate, he's a shooting guard now. Interesting. Does not space the floor that well. Kenyon Martin Jr. should be picked up a long time ago. 35 minutes here, really great. He was a minus 24, but 22 points, 8 rebounds, assist and 2 blocks is amazing. And Jabari Smith, this guy's offensive efficiency is, 4 for 16 again. You're not supposed to shoot that bad, when you are a big dude. 13 points and 9 rebounds. If you pounding field goals, he's somebody you could have because, does have a little bit upside from time to time, but yeah. Tari Eason had 4 steals. When are they going to give him the minutes? If he ever gets close to 30 minutes a night, he's a must roster. Just the steals he gets for in category leagues is valuable enough. The Warriors, Dante DiVincenzo, 35 minutes is great. No defensive stats. Curry's going to be back maybe sometime next week. So just enjoy it. Continue to ride it out. Kaminga started, only get 24 minutes. Guys have they play a lot of guys this game. Also because the blowout. Ty Jerome played 24. Kevon Looney got 13 rebounds. Draymond also was a late scratch. And Clay, wow. Clay still got it. Clay is a plus 32 while Jordan Poole is a minus 3. Poole had 8 assists, 15 points is okay. But the main thing is, when Curry comes back, he's going to get impacted. Klay Thompson, also probably will get impacted more. Klay Thompson is really, getting his confidence back. That's great. That's great. But the Warriors need to win games. They are right at they're the ninth seed right now, but they lose one or two games, they're gonna be out of it. So, yeah, the West is super tight from the seventh. Actually from the fourth to. We only have 20 games, so 4 game lead is pretty big. But yeah, a lot of things can happen if the Phoenix Suns lose like 6 straight games, which is not gonna happen, right? Because they're gonna get KD back. The last game is absolutely wild. 2 overtime game, 120, second highest scoring game ever. 176. So a lot of everybody was putting up numbers, and I think the Clippers had a some crazy 15-point lead with like 3-4 minutes left, and the Kings came back, and they end up winning. If you bet over on player stats this game, probably every player hit, especially the main. Well, Sabonis only had 20 points in the end, but De'Aaron Fox 42 points, 12 assists, 5 steals. Struggled from the free throw line, yeah, but 63% from the field, 2 threes for the game from him. Sabonis, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Actually, Sabonis didn't really have that many. Well, he got fouled out, actually. Only played 31 minutes. And, of course, Malik Monk. The Malik Monk game, 45 points. This is what happens when you stream a guy and then, he does something like this, absolutely goes off, 6 threes. But he's been microwaving on a heater lately. Really, really amazing. I think, sure, like, if you want to stream him, but the next game he can just disappoint you, right? He's not getting consistent starter minutes. For the most part, like, if he's not shooting the ball well, minutes going to go to have Kevin Huerter. Obviously, he's amazing games, so Kevin Huerter only got 21 points. He still hit 3 threes and 2 steals, so I'm not too worried. We can continue to just roster Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, and Keegan Murray. They both brought in some defensive stats, but overall, what a game from Malik Monk and the Kings. And with this win, they are the 3rd seed, and they can catch up the Grizzlies. They're only 2 games behind. I don't know who has the tiebreaker, but Grizzlies hasn't been good. That'd be crazy if Kings, end up getting the 2nd seed. Because kind of like coming into the season, nobody it's not like they did some big off-season changes, right? They traded Tyrese Halliburton last year, so nobody really expected him to be this good, to be honest. The over and under wins for this team is for sure under 40 games, maybe 35, and now they already won 34 games with like 20-some games left to go. For the Clippers, yeah, of course, Kawhi Leonard played actually pretty amazing. He played 46 minutes. Crazy good efficiency, 3 steals and 2 blocks, and he only takes 22 shots. Maybe he should take him more. Paul George also had a huge game. Russell Westbrook. Oh, wow, this is his first game. And you could argue that he had a really good game. 14 assists. Well, the difference between Clippers and Lakers is they have so much spacing to operate, right? Because they're just going to go small, which, Westbrook for sure can do a lot of driving and kicking. Could be useful in a lot of situations. So, I can't hate the move. 14 assists is pretty good for Russ. But obviously he had 7 turnovers. That's no good. Mason Plumlee got some extra minutes, but he's not fantasy relevant anymore. So, we got to drop him. Because when Zubac comes back, sure, with Zubac out, we could just, roster him for a few more games. And Norman Powell continued to ride with him, 24 points, 45 threes, if you're looking for points and threes. And Nicholas Batum hit 5 threes as well. But what a crazy game this game is. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.